Hi, this is Terri with Terri Talks, and I have today the Honorable John from Yavrio. Hi, John.
Hey Terry, great to see you today.
It's so great. I really am excited about the new game changer in open banking, and Yavrio's it. So tell me a little bit about you. Tell me about Yavrio.
Yeah, great to be here with you, and thanks for repping our brand with your hoodie as well. So very proud of that. Yeah, Historically, my background was I've come out of the Microsoft Dynamics space, so I was doing solution architecture and enterprise architecture with a range of clients in a range of industries. And the key thing they kept asking me for again and again was, yeah, John, but how do we connect to banks? How do we get our banking data? How do we do our reconciliations? How do we send payments? And the more we looked into it, the more we realized that just everybody who was trying to do this in the space, they didn't really understand banking systems or payment rails. And so what you had was a hodgepodge of file-based systems with CSVs flying around in the background. And open banking as a set of protocols is really a much cleaner, more secure way to do this. And there's no reason why people who are on the latest and greatest in ERP systems shouldn't have the latest and greatest in banking and payment access as well. And so over at Yavrio, we've really built an elite team focused in around banking and payment excellence, expertise, and building out that data infrastructure so the ERP system users have immediate access to all of that straight out of the safety of their systems. And it's just been quite an explosive journey, as I'm sure you've seen.
Yes, I have. And you know what's really kind of exciting is there's a lot of pain points that you're actually, finally being able to resolve for all of these end users. And so the partners are really able to now place something there that's going to actually resolve these pain points. What are some of the pain points that you've been able to really alleviate with Yabrio?
Sure. Well, the first couple of them are really about reconciliations and payments. So one of the things you've got to kind of separate this out into is that if you think about your typical finance user, your accountant, your super user, power user, key user, what do they really care about? And what they care about is having live visibility of their data and having very automated processes to action over that data. So if you're doing bank reconciliations across a number of accounts, some of our users will have, one bank account. Some of them, I heard one this week had 700. And when you're dealing with that number of accounts, what you need is a single button that goes and it pulls in all of your data in an instant for those 700 accounts and enables you to start reconciling immediately. So what we've done is we built out the data infrastructure so that you just have a single button that says auto reconcile all my accounts. And when I click that, it goes out to all of my connected 700 accounts, pulls that data in, takes a matter of seconds, and then it creates my bank account reconciliations for me in Business Central. So this is one button, and then it's all live in my standard BC experience. You don't have to go and learn some new app or some new platform.
And
So
this
that's
is a global
the first thing.
application, correct?
Yeah, you're quite right. So we now cover over 10,000 banks internationally. So we've got huge coverage in the UK, Europe, USA, Canada, and our head of sales was just helping somebody go live in Dubai this week. So I'm very jealous. I had to sit here in London in the rain whilst he was over there speaking with some banks and businesses over in Dubai and having a great time.
That's
But yeah,
wonderful.
our coverage is approaching ubiquity. So that's the goal, is that if you're a partner, you don't need to think about, well, does it cover my bank? No, we should cover every bank out there. Does it do what I need it to do? Yes, it does. So we're trying to eliminate the questions for the
Mhm.
partners because they've already got enough things to think about. They don't need banking to be an additional headache.
Yeah, so there's some things that as the client comes on board that you have some check and balances that you have to do as they come in, which makes it easy for you to help these partners really onboard, correct? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
understanding that there's a really great onboarding with the actual open banking.
Yeah, that's right. So we're live in five. So that's live in 5 minutes. And that's install from App Source, register, and then connect up your first bank accounts. Now that's our North Star. So that's always our goal. There are going to be some instances with certain institutions. So for example, if you're with Bank of America Cash Pro in the United States, then there's an activity you might have to do with a certificate that'll take a bit longer. But for the vast majority of the 10,000 plus banks that we cover, you can be live in five and getting your statements down. In a matter of 5 minutes or so,
Oh my
with
goodness.
no setup, no configuration, no training really required. But we will be there, of course, to handhold as part of that because, again, coming from the partner background myself, what's really important to me was always about alleviating the pressure on consultants because I was a consultant, right? And so
Yeah,
the last thing we wanted to do was to give them yet another app that they
you're
have
right.
to go through a long training course to learn, that they
Yeah.
have to, stress out about, is it going to be a successful setup or a failure? What we've really done is by taking away the setup, the configuration, the training, and the files, it eliminates all of that confusion for them.
I mean, I'm seeing Yavrio as when I am a partner consultant and I'm going through the requirements, and if they have one bank or multiple banks, I mean, this needs to be a part of the implementation altogether, correct? I mean, from
Yeah,
my
that's
standpoint.
exactly right, and that's what we're increasingly seeing. So, we are now the default banking add-on for the majority of implementations in the United Kingdom, and we're getting increasing traction in Europe and North America as well there. So when partners come to do a system implementation for their client, the truth is, you've got a client who has a bank account, they need to get their data down and they need to make payments. And so they need Yavrio in order to do that because without that, simply speaking, their client systems are not going to be connected up for universal global banking and payments.
That is so wonderful. I am so excited about Yabrio and Business Central and all those implementations that are coming. So, partners, listen here. Reach out to John, I, or the team. Let's get an appointment. Let's talk about Yabrio and let's put you in the map to getting your banking, open banking immediately installed.
I should also say one of the cool things that we've done recently is that we've partnered with XE, which means that with XE.com, which means that not only are we fulfilling domestic banking and payment issues, but the cross-border settlement engine from XE is the best in the world. So
Wow.
we're able to do end-to-end now banking, domestic payments, and because of our partnership with XE.com, that global settlement piece as well. So it
Wow. A
really
two
is
for one
best in
right
class.
in the whole entire environment. I
Well, I
love
need to
it.
give them a shout out. I need to give them a shout out because
Hey.
it's such a great piece of tech when it's all synced together. So
I like it. I like it. Well, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, John, for joining me on Terri Talks today. And I'm looking forward to our partners reaching out, making these appointments to take a look at open banking by Yavrio.
looking forward to it. Thanks so much for having me, Terry.
Thank you.